Life is a winding road, no telling where it goes.
This transformational video starts back from day one. We had just moved into our home, and little by little, we are making over our living room. My vision for this space was to bring in lots of neutrals and earth tones. Some stuff worked out and some stuff had to be returned. Each piece of furniture I picked out was assembled and thoughtfully styled, and I'm going to share everything in today's video. I have a mix of some save and splurge items, and if you are looking for some ideas to upgrade your space, then you're in the right place. So let's go ahead and get started right from the beginning. We had just moved into this house, and the first thing that we wanted to do was get the TV hung. So in our previous home, we did have a 75-inch TV, which ended up being too large for the space, which I'll show you in a second. So we did decide to go with one of those framed TVs. So if you haven't heard of these TVs, they are incredibly thin, like a picture frame, which is what I think I'm trying to show here. And they are made to look like a piece of artwork, like a literal picture frame on your wall. I had seen these TVs around, but I didn't know a lot about them. And basically it does have a matte screen. So the way that the sunlight hits the space right here, and it was kind of difficult watching my husband drill holes into our pretty tile. But we were like, don't mess this up. We don't want to ruin the tile. So he's getting the mount hung so that it's nice and secure before we hang the TV. But anyway, these TVs kind of have a matte finish so that they do not glare, which is also what we wanted because we have a huge set of windows that at 5 o'clock, they hit the TV pretty direct. But overall, after using it for a couple of months, we absolutely love it. You can change the picture on it and it just looks amazing. So I spared you all of the assembly because that part's boring. And now you can see what it looks like in this space. You can buy frames around it, so you can change it to like gold, silver, black, wood, whatever you want. And we've been loving it so far. So the next thing that we ended up getting was a new rug for the space. So we are going to go ahead and get ready to set that up. Now, if you are new to my channel, then I'm so glad to have you. My name is Michelle. I'm a mom of 3. I really do enjoy decorating and making spaces feel welcoming and cozy, but the majority of my channel is a lot of cleaning and organizing because that's just what season I'm at in my life. We moved into this new house about 2 months ago, so a lot of my previous videos are us getting this house together, organized, cleaned, and now we are in for some room makeovers. The goal of my channel is to not only provide you with motivation, but also inspire you in different areas of your life. So I'd love it if you would subscribe if you're not already, so you don't miss any of my upcoming content. In the next couple of weeks, I will be decorating for fall as well as sharing a patio makeover. But in looking for a rug for your space, the number one thing that people get wrong when picking out a rug is they are picking one out that is too small for the space. So the purpose of a rug is to define a certain space. Like you can see here, I have a humongous space that encompasses the living room, the dining room, and the kitchen. So having a rug big enough helps define that space. And you may have already known that, but for this space, I wanted the couch to be completely on the rug, as well as space for additional chairs if I need them. And I opted with I want to say this is a 10 by 13 rug. The brand of the rug is the Lola. I feel like I always say this wrong. Lolo, from the Chris Loves Julia collection. One of you guys actually told me about their Instagram. So I started following them on Instagram, and they have just this super unique style, and they've partnered with Lolo rugs, and I've ended up buying a lot of different rugs of this brand. What I like about them is that it's very thick. I do have a preference on the thickness of the rug, and I like that it's thick, and I like that it was somewhat affordable compared to a lot of other rugs that are wool rugs and that have this thickness and quality. Now, when reading the reviews on this, there are a lot of reviews that it sheds, and you are going to get that with wool rugs. I've owned several different wool rugs, and that kind of just comes with it a bit. So overall, for the size of this rug, I thought it was a very decent price, and I also got it right before Prime Day, so it went on sale on Prime Day. So anyway, I got it from Wayfair. You can buy it from Amazon too, but the checkered rugs are in right now, and I love the pattern. And here I'm kind of showing you the different thickness of it, and that's kind of what I prefer. A pretty funny story is that I went over to one of our neighbors' house who I had kind of just met, and walked in, and she had this exact same rug. And I was like, I just bought this rug 2 days ago and set it up. And she's like, no way, I love it. I was like, I do too. So now we'll finish getting it set up and also putting the couch back together.
I pull into your driveway, it's a Saturday night. You look like $1,000,000 wearing that dress I like. You're smiling, but there's something missing in your eyes. Girl, I can tell that you have something on your mind. But I will make you forget all your sorrows. Let go like there's no tomorrow. Let's have a drink, just relax, all your problems will fade.
We did end up pushing the couch a bit back to give it more space. As long as the front 2 legs are on the couch, or on the rug, then I was good with that. So I may get 2 chairs on the other side. I just haven't fully decided. We also have this little nook piece on the right side of the fireplace, and then on the left side of the fireplace is the doorway to the primary bedroom. So it is not symmetrical on both sides as far as how to decorate with. So on this side, I have gotten feedback, and I've seen it to do like a built-in cabinet with shelves, which is very popular. I like it when it's symmetrical. So I had a bit of trouble deciding what I fully wanted to put on this side, just because it is one-sided. So what I'm going to do is first kind of play around with some of the furniture that we already had, and that was our old console table and our entryway. I did like it here, but instead wanted a wood console table over there. So I have that piece on order, and I'm just going to leave that one over there until the new one comes in. Now, in browsing around for inspiring pictures, one thing I saw was to order a ginormous mirror, like a floor to ceiling, not floor to ceiling, just a floor. It's just called a floor mirror because it just sits on the floor. Order a floor mirror and like put a console table in front of it. But instead, I decided I wanted this floor mirror to be on top of the table. So that way, instead of it being like, what was it, like 72 inches high, it's just going to look massive on top of a console table, which is what I wanted. So this is what we're working with next. And this was a splurge item mirror that was 72 inches high, and I want to say 48 inches wide. And when it came in, it was so heavy. So even though our console table was back ordered, I had to open it immediately just so that I could see what it looks like and see if I would even like it on top of a console table, or if it would look a little bit too massive, or maybe even not look big enough. Now, whenever I do order splurge or more investment pieces, I always think of 3 places I can put it in my home in case I don't like it in that one space, because it costs a lot to return stuff. Let's just put it that way. So I had 3 spaces picked out for it. It would be 1 on top of the console table next to the TV, 2, it would be either in the entryway, or 3, it would be on the side wall here on the right. So that's kind of my thought process when deciding, is it worth it? Where am I going to put it? What are 3 places I can use it for before I actually have to return it if that needed to be? So we tested it out and I ultimately decided that I did love it there, but we were not going to anchor it to the wall until we got the right height of the other table. So we're going to go and put it in my second option, which was the entryway, until we get that table in. So when piecing this video together, which it did take two months to compile each and everything, I will usually purchase something, wait for it to come in before I make a decision on the next step, only because, you know, you just have to see what it looks like in person and if it really does fit the imagination that you want. So I did see this olive tree on Amazon. Somebody shared it, and I don't know if it is somebody asked me, is that the viral Amazon tree? I don't know if it was a viral tree. I just saw somebody share it and it had a lot of reviews, but I don't know if it had like viral amount of views. But anyway, this olive tree from Amazon, it came in 2 different sizes. There was a 10-foot option and there was a 7-foot option. And since the ceilings of the peak of our house go up to 15 foot, I thought that the 10-foot tree would look amazing. And that's kind of what I figured out to do with the awkward space on the left. On the right side, you know, I was going to put that mirror. On the left side is the entryway to our primary. So we just have enough space for something, which is where I decided to put this tree. So this tree is very thick and each of the branches are numbered both on the, the trunk part, I guess you can say, and the branch part. So what I did was there was 3 different connecting points. I guess you can see what I'm showing here. And then I'm going to open up and kind of fluff out the branches and then connect everything together. The base of the tree isn't that sturdy, so I put it in the little, you saw the woven basket that it came with, but ultimately I am going to switch that out to a more sturdy pot. In our old house, we didn't have any real or fake trees at all, and when people come over, they immediately compliment this tree over anything. So I'll show you what it looks like in a second.
Let me feel your love again, 'cause I've been running round in circles screaming out your name. Take me to a different place, just the 2 of us, and we can stay up all night, kissing under streetlights, doing what we want to, doing what we need to do, staying up all night. Everything is alright. Oh, I wanna be with you. Oh, I wanna be with you. Let me be that someone who can hold your hand. I don't even know if you can understand how you make me feel. I got you in my head. Oh, I wanna be with you. Oh, I wanna be with you. Be with you.
So I do 10 out of 10 recommend this olive tree. You can just see the difference it makes in the space. I'm debating on getting another one for the entryway or getting some sort of tree in our entryway. You may notice our mantle is not stained. Eventually we're gonna do like these faux beams on the ceiling, and whenever we do that, we're gonna stain that, and we want to stain the mantle the same color, so that's why it looks a little weird not stained. Here's the basket. Here's the bottom of it. Obviously the basket just looks so tiny, but here I am showing you an up close, just that the branches are pretty thick, and then the leaves, I don't think that they look fake. I think they look nice and full, and then there's also little tiny olives on there. So next I'll just wait for the different pots to come in to complete the look. So let's fast forward a bit. I decided to style the other side with some very, very tall branch leaves. And I debated back and forth on which ones to get. And these are the A floral stems that were a splurge purchase. Now I own just about almost every Hobby Lobby leaf in every color for every season, so I was tempted to try out these. And what I like about these are they are like 59 inches long, so they are very tall. I had seen a picture that had almost had these leaves look like as if they were a tree in itself. So because I have such a tall space right there on the right, I decided to purchase 2 of the really tall ones because you don't need much, because they are pretty full. And then I kind of got one of the smaller ones to help use as a filler. So overall, I really do like these leaves. I like the way that they naturally flow and the fullness of them and the height of them. So because they are going to be a main focal point in the middle of our living room, I decided to go for higher quality, and I am glad that I did. They are going to be in a different pot though. I just wanted to see what they look like. If I had stems like in the bathroom or something, I would go with the Hobby Lobby ones. So if you're questioning like, is it worth it? I mean, it really just depends on the look and feel that you're going for. But for 2.5 branches, I mean, you can get away with 1. I don't know. It depends on how full you want, what vase it's in, what it looks like, how full you want it, and so forth. But we'll move on. We got the pot for the living room olive plant, and this one is from Amazon. So this is a concrete pot, and we're actually doing concrete pendant lights. We just haven't hung them yet. We need an electrician to come fix the box so it can hold the weight. But initially I was like, what is that big line on the side of this pot? But it's on both sides, so I kind of just turned it. But overall, it looks way better than that little basket. So I'm going to switch it out and let me know what you think.
Hey, I've been dreaming about you. Every night I see you clear as day. It's just something about the way you make me feel.
So you can take a guess on what we are installing next. We are taking out that fan, and I'm going to install a budget-friendly chandelier. So I love chandeliers and light fixtures, and if I could switch out every fan in the house to a chandelier, I would. But there are some spaces like our patio. I've agreed to not put a chandelier back there and put a fan. And then in our movie room, that room is so hot, so we cannot put a chandelier like I wanted to. But anyway, I looked high and low for a different chandelier or light fixture to put in this room. And if you have been with me for a long time, you'll know that in our old house, I bought this crystal chandelier, and I told y'all I was taking that with us, that we were going to take it down and bring it with us. And we even had it in our exclusion contract and everything, and we decided to leave it only because it actually wouldn't fit in this space because the light is connected to a beam. I don't know how to explain it. And 2, it had like 100 crystals on it, so we'd have to individually take down each one. And 3, Chris didn't want to take it down because it'd be too much work. So anyway, we decided that we would just find one that fits the space, and I'm actually really glad that we found one. So this is like a very simple yet modern light, and I got it from Wayfair for under $200. I want to say it's 60 inches wide, but I could be wrong on that. And I saw it on, if you follow Studio McGee on Instagram, I saw it on one of their houses. They own the Studio McGee collection at Target, and then they also have a McGee and Co company, and then they have a Netflix show. They have whatever, all kinds of stuff. But I really like her style, and that's where I kind of got that idea. So after I assembled it, it didn't take too long. It probably took me about an hour just to get everything assembled. We're going to go ahead and install it, and you see how our light is on that beam. That's why it's hard to install a light that has multiple connections instead of just this one connection. And this is also where we plan to install faux wood beams. Who knows when that's going to happen, but that is the plan.
It's what you do to me, making my head spin in circles.
So once we got the light installed, I was again searching Instagram or wherever, and I saw these really nice planter pots. And I ended up buying this one, and I'm going to move the other one into the front entryway. So I just thought I wanted something a little bit bigger. And when I ordered it and took it out of the box, I was so upset. It was completely cracked, and I had to end up returning it and then waiting for the replacement to come in. I got this pot and another pot on sale from Ballard Designs, but it still was a splurge. And I was thinking about actually putting those pots outside, because in the process, I'm also doing a patio makeover, but I think I like this pot in this space. I realize that this video is like me opening up a lot of stuff that I've ordered, but keep in mind, this has like been happening over a couple of months. So I finally got in the console table that was originally back ordered, and this is it's an actual desk console, so it has drawers that you can store stuff in. But once I get this set up and put together, I will show you what it looks like.
Heading to Vegas in my blue striped car. She's riding shotgun and she looks like a star. Yeah, she's got the style that makes you think she's made out of gold. She says she likes it better when we go off-road. Yeah. I'm gonna make it worth your while. I'm gonna make it worth your time. Gonna make it worth your while. When she's with me, we're like superstars. Windows roll down, radio on. I think we could go far. We don't need money. We can skip that part. All I want is her to be with me. She's got a ticket to my heart. The sky is blue, I got the sun in my eyes. It can't get better than when she makes that smile. Yeah, she's got that style that makes you think she's made out of gold. She's turning up the volume on the radio. Yeah. I'm gonna make it worth your while. I'm gonna make it worth your time. I'm gonna make it worth your while. When she's with me, we're like superstars. Windows roll down, radio on. I think we could go far. We don't need money. We can skip that part. All I want is her to be with me. She's got a ticket to my heart. Ticket to my heart. Uno, dos, tres, hey, yo.
So we've got the table put together. We've got the floor mirror sitting on the table. We've anchored it to the wall, and I love the way that it's turning out so far. So the next thing I'm going to be adding to kind of elevate the space is curtains to each side of the slider window. If you watched my multifunctional room makeover, you'll have seen that I had these slider shades installed on the big windows. And then we also had shutters installed in the front room. And y'all, my kids already broke part of the shutter. Like, I don't even want to think about it. They were just installed. Okay, but anyway, I am a big curtain person. I just like the way curtains look, and I've seen these 2 pages curtains on Instagram everywhere. And what I like about them is that you can customize them. So I decided to go ahead and order some of these curtains as they're going to be decorative, and then they're going to go on each side. So I ordered the Jawara luxury linen curtains in the color ivory beige. So when you order these, they are completely customizable. So I did a specific width and length that I wanted them to go. And then I also picked the liner. So I did pick a blackout liner just in case I do ever need it in the future. And I also have the triple pleat, which is why it came with those little white hooks. And those hooks just allow you to install the ring hooks. And then I also selected it's called body memory shaped, or it's called like memory trained, meaning that it already has like the pleats in it instead of it being, I guess maybe wrinkled when they come out. I don't know. So the price is going to depend on all of those options you select. The type of curtain you're getting, what type of pleat you're getting, what kind of backing you want. Like if you want it a blackout or like not blackout, they have all different options. If you want it tied back or not, and then if you want it memory shaped. But ultimately, being able to customize the size, the length, and the width was very important without having to have custom ones made. But overall, I do like these a lot, and I probably am going to install them in our bedroom as well. But next, I'm going to get them set up and hung, and then you guys can let me know if it helped elevate the space or not, what you think about them. And the rings and the rods are both from Amazon.
A couple hours from Japan, would you stay awake? I'm losing touch of who I am when you're far away. And I feel like I'm running in circles around you. And I know I've been acting strange for a while, but I want you close.
So I'm trying to show you before, and the lighting is just not working when it's light outside because there's a lot of sunlight coming in through the windows. But I'm going to try and get a good picture, and then once we get them hung, I'm going to show you what it looks like at night so that there's not that lighting glare there. Another reason why I said that they are straight decorative is because we hung them high. Like we hung them to kind of fit at the top of one of those little small bay windows, or I don't know if it's called a bay window, but if we were to have brought the curtains down, it would have brought the eye down. So that's why essentially we can't fully hang them, or we can't actually close them. They are just going to be decorative. So the next thing I got was this steamer. I don't have a steamer to steam the curtains, so they're still they just need to be steamed out a bit. So that's what I'm going to work on next.
I just need you to know that I want you close, closer than before, closer than before, closer than before, hiding all my feelings, broken from the start, wish you never leave me. Am I going too far? But I want you close, closer than before. But I want you you close. Ooh, ooh, closer than before. And no one knows. Ooh, ooh, that I want you close. I'm not overthinking feelings. I just need you to know that I want you close.
So here's what they look like with the full picture at night next to the windows. See how we hung them high up to help elevate the space and make the room look bigger. So I love how they turned out. I love that they just add this elegance to the room. And I opted for a similar color to the wall because this window is such a main focal point that having them next to it, I didn't want it to take away from the window, but just to add a little something extra. So I finally got in the replacement pot. So next I'm gonna work on styling this space as well as the console table. But let me know what y'all think about this pot compared to the other pot. Which one do you like better?
I don't know where she came from. Kinda turned me upside down. I just don't know what to do. I wanna spend the night at her.
So I've got a lot of neutrals, so I need some darker colors going on. This pot is also from Ballard Designs. It is 30 plus inches. I'll have to double check on that. And this is what I'm going to be styling the long stems with.
Tell her how I feel, scream it out loud. Have you ever been in love? Have you ever lost your head? Have you felt like you were out of breath when you saw her in that dress? When your heart is beating fast and you're sweating and you can't stop looking at her smile, then you've been in love. That's how you know you've been in love. There's something about the way she laughs and the way she always dances when she thinks nobody sees. And when she's gonna miss her so.
This black pot is one that I've had, and it is from Pottery Barn, and I'm going to be adding some leaves that kind of go downwards so that I get like a tall effect, and then I kind of get a lower effect too. These stems, not limbs, these leaves slash stems are from Hobby Lobby.
Have you felt like you were out of breath when you saw her in that dress? When your heart is beating fast and you're sweating and you can't stop looking at her smile, then you've been in love. That's how you know you've been in love.
Next is this lantern. I have a set of 2 of these. I've had these probably for over 5 years, and they are from Pottery Barn. Underneath the table, I want to add 2 little ottoman chairs, but for now I'm going to just kind of search around the house and see what I have. I have this basket I probably got from Home Goods or Target, and then I'll add a little blanket here, and then I actually pulled I think it's just called a poof. I had this in the nursery for all 3 of my kids. I originally bought it for Sailor, and I have had it in Rye's room, so I'm just gonna stick that under there for now.
I just don't know what to do. I wanna spend the night with her, sprinkle one of my t-shirts so it smells like her perfume. Have you ever been in love? Have you ever lost your head? Have you felt like you were out of breath when you saw her in that dress? When your heart is beating fast and you're sweating and you can't stop looking at her smile, then you've been in love. That's how you know you've been in love.
Thank y'all so much for watching us slowly put this space together, starting off with nothing. I still have the patio and some fall decor coming up in the next couple of weeks. So if you're not subscribed, I would love for you to subscribe so you don't miss out on those videos. But I will see you all next week.